So yeah, I was saying under pressure. This is why, like, obviously they still feel pressure like tour players, but like if you have a process, you're like way better off. Because a lot of times, if you're doing something different every single time, that's when you don't have something to focus on. So now you're like, oh my God, this stranger just walked up and he's standing there and waiting for me to hit, right? And now you're like so focused on that and you're distracted by that and you mess up your shot. Versus you say, okay, yes, this person's there, but like I gotta focus on my routine. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. Now you're focused more on what you have to do.
They don't bother
versus
as
like
much.
you're just standing there like blank mind, and then now you're just like, oh, what do I do? And then then you get distracted by environment or like other stuff. But if you have like a whole process, like I'm gonna aim first, or I'm gonna do these many swings, all that stuff, and then it's way better, like performance-wise. Like a lot of people have really good swings, but most of the issues that me or anybody faces on the golf course is all just because we're like not comfortable when we're hitting. It's just somebody's watching us, we're not comfortable because there's water there, for whatever reason, like we're not committed to the shot, and then you can have a great swing and still mess up because of that reason. Okay, so these are like, it's not swing technique stuff, but it's all part of golf. Like it's more complex than just swing and technique, right?
I like this though.
So yeah, just hit like 5 or 10 balls, pick different targets, and see if that helps you feel more comfortable. And then we'll also see like what your ball flight's like. Okay, so I started there, which is good. All right, so do you guys know how to, like, what controls your ball flight? So this is kind of related to aim.
It's
like what makes the ball start and what makes the ball curve. 2 factors.
Well, obviously coming in, yeah, with it open and or
doesn't even have that's the club face that affects one of those.
And the position of the ball.
That could affect path a little bit, or face too. So I'll kind of explain that. So one way for you to like verify that you even did it properly, like, so like let's say you're aiming at the flags, and how do you know if you actually did it, if you actually hit it to where you aimed or not? Okay. So we only kind of generally look at the where it ends up, or we look at the curve, but we don't consider the start line sometimes. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So majority of the start direction is controlled by the club face, so like around 70%. Okay, so just borrow your club here. So if the ball starts straight, like let's say I'm aiming at the Canada flag, if it's as soon as you hit it and it's going at the Canada flag, you know you return your club face straight.
Okay.
Okay. If you are aiming at the Canada flag and as soon as you hit it, it goes like way right, then you know it's a club face issue. So this is how to know like
what you have to fix.
Exactly. If you're on a golf course,
the root of the problem.
Yeah. So there's like 2-3 different ways you can hit the ball right. Most people assume that they're just slicing it, they're doing an over the top move, but you can also swing into out and still have your ball go right. So I'll kind of explain that, right? So just general ball flight basics or ball flight laws is, and a lot of people don't know if they're aiming straight, right? They'll say, oh, like it didn't start straight, so my club face was open. But like maybe the club face wasn't open, they're just aiming so far right.
Maybe you're aiming that way, yeah.
But now we know we're aiming properly, okay? So the next step from there would be like, let's say you're playing, you aim in the center of the fairway, and for 3 drives in a row, your ball just started right. As soon as you hit it, it's like going to the right side. It's not even curving that much, it's just going right, okay? So that means your club face was open at impact. And there's only 2 ways to open the club face. Either you twist it open, so you're swinging, and at some point in either your backswing or your downswing, you have it twisted open and it's coming down like this. That's going to go right. If it's not twisted open, the only other way the club face can open is if you push the handle this way.
You're trailing the hands, or
exactly.
The club's trailing the hands.
So sometimes it's a combination of both, but yeah, those are really the only 2 ways. So the opposite is handle goes this way, that closes the face, makes it go left, or we twist it left. So if the shaft isn't moving at impact, like if it's returning straight, that means your face was open or closed. And if the face is good and your ball's not starting straight, then the shaft is either going here or here.
I feel like my problem is more that.
Yeah.
That my hands are ahead of the club.
Yeah, so that's a common issue because almost every single dude is trying to destroy the ball, right? And I do too. But the difference is I'm not squeezing my hand so hard, okay? So speed, golf ball goes further with speed. Speed comes from like making a whoosh or releasing it. But if I squeeze my hands thinking I'm feeling really strong and like it'll go far, if I squeeze this, look where the face is.
Yeah.
So many people have had this issue. Like they'll come here and they'll hit it and it's just like the face is there. But if I let it go, if I just relax, the face goes back to square. So that fixes, that actually makes them hit it higher because they're releasing more, right? So this also leads to tops, like, because if I hinge my hands, the club's in the air, and I get over here and I don't like drop it back down, like this is just gonna cause me to top the ball, or it's gonna go way right and it's not gonna have much speed to it. And it's gonna go really low if I do hit like even a little bit decent. Okay, so we gotta like return
that
this.
just opened my mind, like that just mind blew.
Yeah, so we gotta return this face back to here. This causes that sound, and this causes you to also hit up on it, right? So people that do that, like their face is way there, I just get them to like release this back to straight. So a good way to do it is just kind of go back to straight, right? Even if you're having club face issues, that your face is returning closed or open this way, like it's not the handle but the twist. Simple thing, man. Like if you want like the easiest tip, like just make it, it's muscle memory, right? It's kind of like putting. When you're trying to putt and just not have it twist and it's always straight, you just go back, like find like a straight edge or something, or like a wall, and just kind of go here and return it back straight. Do it faster and faster and see if like you can return it back straight and not have it return there or return there. Easiest club face control is like,
That makes sense.
it's just, and then it's muscle memory, right? You close your eyes and do it and it's like, it's just returning straight. So go ahead and try that. Right? So if you come here and you're like squeezing it and you're trying to jam it hard,
Yeah,
like that's going way over there.
I feel like that's what I had. That's
right?
my issue.
So let's just face the camera and go ahead and do that. Face that way. Yep. Okay, so you're returning the square. So we got to think of this as our hit. Except this is not going to go 300, so we add a turn. Right? We turn our body. Now, as we turn back, we got to still square this. Your hitting zone is like right here.
The hand should be releasing, right?
This is where you're hitting, right? So you turn bigger just to get more power to it, but then you got to square it back up.
Yes, yes.
Right? So everybody's different. Like grips also matter. Right? So if someone's holding it like this, way under here, it doesn't matter. They have to figure out how to work their wrist now to make it return here. Okay? So for me, when I do this, it keeps closing because my grip's not used to that. My hands are used to working this way, which matches up to this grip. If someone's a super weak grip, it's gonna be like this for me. Now I gotta figure out, okay, what do I have to work my hands to make them return straight? That's pretty much it. So it doesn't matter how you hold it, as long as you can return it square. And usually how you started holding it is how you have to return your hands for it to be square.
Okay.
Right, so I'm kind of explaining this. These are common issues that people go through, but I'm trying to explain it in a way that's like,
well, you definitely hit both of our issues.
Make it super simple and something that you can like,
you definitely
just do at home, right?
Both of ours.
Like,
I feel like mine, that's what my issue is my hands are there and the club head is not. I'm back.
Exactly. So usually when people hook it or it goes way over there, they're over releasing it, not shutting.
Okay.
So if you're slicing it and you're going that way, what am I going to make you do? The opposite.
Yes, yes.
I'm going to say, I want you to release it way over here, that it's like that when you get there.
Okay.
Because in golf,
and then
you have to exaggerate like crazy. You have to do the complete opposite just to get like this much change.
That's what always happens, because when you hit 3 or 4 slices, then you start to overcompensate and you hit the duck to the left, right?
Yeah. Good. So I think being able to hit it right and left on purpose will help you figure out where straight is. That's so like, instead of like restricting somebody and saying like to give them like force their hand, put something on their hand to force them to like not open it, or like, you know, like put some pool noodles or sticks down and say, don't hit this. I like to teach more based on like skill and say, I give you the skill of hitting it left, give you the skill on how to hit it right. And then you now know how both of them feel. You can find like the middle.
You can gauge, yeah.
Right? If you know how to make a ball go left, and one day you wake up and you're playing and you're slicing it for the first 3 holes, now you try to make it go left because you know how to. You're never like scared or stuck. You're like, oh shit, my round's done. You know what I mean? You're like, no, I know how to hit a draw, I know how to hit it left, and I can do it on purpose. So any hole where there's water right, hit it into the left fairway.
Yes.
Like, don't make a triple bogey because you put it in the water twice, right? Relatable.
Yeah, that feels so much better. Like,
yeah. So it's sometimes the simplest things, right? Like that's pretty doable. Like you just like sit at home and just do this for 6 hours. As your wife tries to have a conversation with you.
Yeah, well, honey, why aren't you listening to me? I'm trying to learn to release the club, honey.
Try to square it up. Okay, so go ahead and set up. Let's try this. Yeah, let's, good, there you go. Pick your aim. So about there. Okay, aim a little more right if we're trying to go for the Canada flag. Okay, so now I want you to just hit a ball.
See, I feel like now that I don't have, like, I should be more like that.
Okay, so now I want you to just hit a ball like this, all with your hands. So you see how tight you are?
Yeah.
You're like squeezing this. So watch, just super chill, super chill. Like, let me move this. This is how loose I hit it.
Holy shit.
Okay, so I want you to just kind of hit one. Your body might turn a little bit, but just mostly arms, and you're just trying to like, just a little shot with your wrist. You're just trying to square it up. Good. So if you're having club face issues, just take everything out of the equation and just square it up. So do a couple rehearsals where you're trying to just stop it before, don't hit the ball. Boom.
Like now feeling that is like just changed everything.
Yeah. So now just try to hit one like that.
Yeah.
You're just trying to return it to straight. Okay. When you swing slow and when you try to like do what you were just doing, I don't know if you're aware, like how much your body was like jumping up.
Try to stay.
Yeah. Try to isolate just your arms and hand, and your head and feet, nothing can move. So do a couple rehearsals. So